Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello, everybody.
Sam Healy, what's up?
Welcome to BackTalk.
Yes! Back talk about the UKGE. Back talk about the UKGE 2017. Wow! Some games. I want to roll bones. That's hardcore. That's metal.
Okay, then.
All right. So yes, we're doing a BackTalk about a future event. Didn't really think that one through.
Some Inception for you.
So it was a great convention.
Is it really a future event?
Yeah. Nobody thought of that, huh?
Okay, so
That's okay.
doesn't matter. Here's what we're doing. We're going to be talking about our top 5 games that we're looking forward to at UK Gaming Expo and a little bit more maybe about the convention itself. Sorry, it's called UK Games Expo.
I thought it was Gaming Expo. It is
Can
games.
you not read?
I have called it incorrectly
Yeah,
maybe
okay. I learned it from you, I think.
several hundred times. So before we get into...
Irregardless.
Wow.
UK Games Expo.
I don't say
You
irregardless.
do not. You do not. That's a special tier of people.
Anywho, so if you're watching this is a live video, of course, but we're not going to be taking questions until we're done with our opening statements and all that jazz.
That is correct.
Then we'll jump in, and if you have questions about UK Gaming Expo or about pretty much anything in general, we will talk about them. But first of all, we're coming to the United Kingdom. We'll be arriving on Tuesday of next week, early in the morning, and we're meeting up with some of the other Dice Tower contributors and other folk and touring London briefly so that Z can see.
Stuff.
London. I've never been to the old country. Is that the old country?
Not for you.
I've been to my old country.
Okay, anywho, I don't think it's the old country even for you and me, though, right?
It's pretty close for me.
You got English? Oh, you got Irish. That's why you're... Yeah, well.
He knows English. That's about it.
Okay, so anyhow, we'll be arriving at the UK Games Expo or sometime on Thursday because we have a booth this year. E4, I think, or is it E6? E6 is our booth number. So come by and see us. We'll have some promos there. We have Tomric promos for Arcadia Quest, Healy promos for Blood Rage, and Z Garcia promos for Roman Bones.
Poet Tyrant.
Sorry.
Yeah!
And we also have
The best of all three.
Sheriff of Nottingham promos. We'll have, what else? We have some Dice Towers.
Yeah.
What else did we put in there? Some Kemet promos. And some Robinson Crusoe promos and Dead of Winter promos.
Yeah.
All right, so
All of the above.
donate to the Dice Tower, come by, and we'll have those for you. But even if you don't want to do that, and that's fine, come by and say hi to us at the booth.
very much
We
so.
put our schedule up online of when we'll be at the booth, and you might just catch us walking around the convention or at night gaming in the different areas.
Yeah.
So we love to talk to you. We're doing several events there. We're doing a Wits and Wagers game, which I still need to put together. We're doing... no, I get it.
We're on top of things.
No.
We've definitely been under things, just
Yes.
overwhelmed by things.
Yeah, this is the busiest time of year is right now because we have 3 conventions in a row.
Yeah, this month
UK
is
Games
brutal.
Expo, Origins, and then Dice Tower Con. Fortunately, there's a break then before Gen Con. If Gen Con was early August, that'd be really bad.
And by break, he means, this week you work on this week's stuff. As opposed to this week and next week and a little bit of the week after that.
Anyway. So, but all you do is play games all day.
That's true. That's all I do. I don't even play them. I just read the rules.
Okay, so, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so we're going to that Games Expo. Right, and we'll be there. Okay, and we're doing a Wits and Wagers game. We're doing a top 5, our top 5 exciting moments.
Yes.
And we've asked Efka and Elaine from No Pun Included to join us for that. And our contributors who also show up in that too. And then we're doing a Q&A. So all 3 of those events, come on out and see us.
Sweet.
Ask us those questions live. Then I can't skip them like I do here. I probably shouldn't
Yeah, you should not have just opened some floodgates.
Yes.
You just invited the audience at large to get you. Come get you.
All right. Well, let's get going so people can ask us questions here. What we're going to do here is we're going to talk about our top 5 games, and these are in no particular order. I have one that I'm more interested in than any other, but
I put mine in order, but
And I did not because
I thought
don't know
that's what
anything
we
about
were
these.
doing.
well, you can just say when you get to it, this is my number what.
I will.
I'll try to do yours in order if I can.
Awesomeness rating.
4.
So, anywho, let's get started with one of the games we're interested in. All right, so Barron Park. This one is on both of our lists.
Okay.
And this is my number 1.
Is that
You're
just
really
like saying
excited.
Bear Park? Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, actually, I think it is Bear Park. This
Or is
one,
it like a nudist colony because it's bear in park?
definitely not a game I would want to play then.
Well, I'm just saying. It does have a bear on the front of it.
It does. This is
That's
from...
not- no.
There's 2 reasons I'm interested in this game. And by the way, we didn't put any games in this list that we've already played
That's right.
or reviewed and all. So there might be some great games that are coming out there. But this one I'm interested in because Phil Walker Harding is the
That's
designer.
one reason.
It has that whole Tetris-shaped thing, which I really
Yes.
like. Cottage Garden is a game I really enjoy. And actually, those are... And then Lookout. Lookout's pretty strong. Mayfair games I'm always a little suspicious of, but Lookout, I still really like the stuff that comes out from Nat Branch of Mayfair.
For me, Lookout is not a selling point there. I tend to not necessarily like their games. And in fact, when their games are light, they are too light and I don't like them. But Phil Walker
It's not
Harding...
pleasing him.
No, I mean, their games tend to be on the heavier side, and that's great. I don't tend to enjoy them. But, like, for example, Costa Rica was one of theirs, right?
Yes.
And I did not like it because it was too light. There wasn't anything there to grasp onto. Phil Walker Harding is a very good designer, though. And he knows how to do light games that have a lot of interest. The game looks good. It's got that bright look to it, but interesting gameplay, it seems, also. So this was floating around at a convention we were at recently. Did not get a chance to play it. Didn't really look at it that much, but I saw it on the table, and it attracted me. I want to get this one played.
All right, so that's on both mine and Z's lists.
Yes.
On Sam's list, we have... Sorry.
I told you this like 5 times. Scuttler's Island.
It's not doesn't roll off the tongue.
True, but it's
Scummy
not really
Island,
supposed to.
or-
Scuttler's Island.
Okay, Scuttler's Island.
Scuttler's
Is this a
Island.
pirate game?
No, I don't think so.
That's a super boring cover.
It
Have you
is-
seen the game?
It is. No, I haven't seen the actual game. I've just read about it, so there is a little bit of interest there. It's basically you're building a map of this island, and you're trying to find different things on it. So
Well, that sounds interesting.
It has tile laying in it, and that was one of the first things that kind of opened itself up to me. So,
Okay.
Because I thought it was something that my family would also enjoy. So that's kind of what I'm on the lookout for. This go around.
Lookout. I get it.
All right, Z. We now have Pyramid of the Sun. This is in that eensy teensy category with from Strawberry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from Strawberry Studio, who is sort of a division of NSKN. And they've done a couple of games now. They've been really, really light games, but they have been gorgeous games. If there's one thing that Strawberry Studios is doing is putting out really attractive games. This one also looks good. In fact, there's another game on the list from them, but it seemed very light. Didn't catch my eye. Did not seem like it would hold my interest.
Didn't like it.
It didn't like it. This one is a card playing game in which you are building a pyramid with cards, and the way that the description leads me to, the way it reads sounds very interesting. It sounds rummy-esque, maybe, but with the limitation that the later in the game you play cards, the harder it is to play those cards. And again, I don't have a lot of information right now, but it is from Frederick Moyerson, I think that's how you say his name, who...
Right, and that actually brought me on, but you don't like all his games.
No, I don't.
Nuns on the Run.
This is on the list, but and it looks so good. It's from Strawberry Studio. It's from Frederick. I'm interested, right? I'm captivated at this point. I might not like it, but I'm captivated. I want to go see it.
By the way, we hope all these games are there. They may not be. They may only be there in prototype form.
Sure.
So, my next one is Kitchen Rush. This one I like because I slightly like to talk about food occasionally.
Slightly.
Food and Hats, a Dice Tower special.
I don't talk about hats. I definitely talk about food.
Yeah.
You should have a show, I'm just saying,
Food and
about
hats.
hats that are edible. And you start wearing the hat at the beginning of the show.
Such a waste of our time. Okay, anyway.
Ew. It's got sweat all over it.
Well, that's always that phrase. I'll eat my hat.
That's a phrase?
If that's true, I'll eat my hat. You never heard that? How can you not have heard that? I'm the Cuban.
True. Maybe it's a Cuban phrase.
So, the reason I'm interested in this game is it's from Artipia Games, which I don't like every game that they've done, but I like almost every game they've done. I'm pretty excited when they come out with a new game. I also like this one it's not free-for-all play, but it's like simultaneous actions where everyone takes an action at the same time. That sort of thing has me interested.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the things that held it off of my list. I was actually interested in it just from the cover and reading about it. Then I got to that part where it's like simultaneous stuff.
Yeah.
But that might not be bad if it's like, okay, everyone now take this action and you take this action.
That's true. But if it's simultaneous, I got to grab this and grab that and grab...
I tend to not like that kind of game, typically.
All right, this game is...
Warpgate. One word. Not two.
Okay, well, no one can see that.
Anyway, Warpgate is from the same designer and company that put out Guards of Atlantis that I really hit it off with last year at Essen.
Oh, this is your number one.
Yeah, this is my number one. This is the one that I am going to run down Artie and I'm going to say, show me now. Hopefully it's not the prototype form that I've already
Show me
seen.
the Warpgate.
Hopefully he's been able to work on it since Essen and he's got something a little bit more doable. I'm really looking forward to giving this a try because I did play the prototype version of it back at Essen before the hall opened because he was just right around the corner, so he stopped by and really enjoyed it. It's a hour and a half 4X game in space. So
Cannot believe this is true.
no, it's definitely doable. Definitely doable. We probably played for 2 hours, but it's because we were talking a lot about this and that and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure you can get this one done in 90 minutes. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one.
All right.
Okay.
This one I looked at first, but it kind of, the artwork, not of the box. The box artwork's okay. The board and card artwork didn't look that fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, Hunger the Show is what the game is called, and it's themed on a reality show where you are trying not to get booted off the island or what have you, or I guess not die of hunger. And so the game has some simultaneous selection with you trying to predict what other people are trying to do, and also concerning yourself with gathering food to survive the round, and figuring out where people are going and getting there and undoing their plans, what have you. I thought the theme was interesting. It sounds unique. I haven't seen too many board games themed on the reality TV, thing. And it's bright. It seemed attractive to me. I don't know. I thought it would be a cool game. It also seems like it's a pretty straightforward play.
The box popped at me, but I'm not into the whole reality TV show thing.
Mm-hmm. Me neither. I'm hoping it's
I'm not either,
tongue-in-cheek.
but reality TV show as a game is interesting, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I'm hoping that they treat it with as a farcical pursuit on the idea of
This was
reality
one
TV.
of the 16 games out of the 148 that were on the list that we looked at. This was one of the 16 games. It just didn't make my top 5.
Yeah.
This is one of his top 5 he looked at.
Yeah.
All right. Brides and Bribes. This one, the board itself looks really cool. Lots of stuff going on. Looks like a medium weight Euro game, or maybe even leaning towards heavy. And it looks like the theme is kind of messing up weddings, which I find interesting. Like, hey, you're getting married, but I don't know. I think that sounds interesting.
That's what it's about?
I've played that.
You played Brides and Bribes.
I have.
Is it about messing up weddings?
No, it's more about just trying to marry off your...
Let's marry off your daughters.
Marrying off your family. Young people do.
All right, so this is
I wonder
actually
why.
a preparatory game
Yeah,
for
this
me.
is like research for him.
Would you like to marry Melody? How much?
The deal is you have there's the daughter you want to marry off, then the daughter that's not necessarily quite the catch.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay, well, I didn't know that when I
Great job
put...
bringing this up, Thomas.
I didn't know that when I put this on my list. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Sounds...
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
So the next game... How do you pronounce this?
It's either Mercators or Mercatores. I don't know if they're using a. How would you say that, Z?
Mercatores.
There you go.
Ooh,
That might be
ooh,
what it is.
ooh,
So I didn't do that bad, actually. That was.
No, you're fine. That's right.
I'm okay, yeah. So anyway, this has a nautical. Nautical themes always kind of draw me in, and so this one has that. It's a nautical, adventure-esque type of game. Not a whole lot of information out on it as well, but I like first of all, I like the cover. It's very stark. I like the white background with the detailed and well-drawn ship on the front. I like it a lot. It's the nautical theme that's pulling me in. That's basically it.
I think I read about this one a little bit, and I got as far as when they say you are a merchant trying to deliver, and I'm like, oh, but that, click back, click back.
You know what? I maybe 5 years ago I would have been like that. I would say even maybe 2 years ago I would have been like that. But I played Wasteland Express delivery service at Snakes and Lattes at the Gathering, and that's all that game is pick up and deliver. But I had a great time at it because the theme is so rich.
Yeah, but this is about.
I know it's nautical. I like nautical themes.
Unless it's post-apocalyptic ships.
Again.
Ooh, that's a new thing.
No, it's not.
Waterworld, the game. Sounds
I like that movie, but most people don't, so I get it.
Again, about Mercatores. I like
Today is
it.
Rabbit Trail Day.
I'm gonna seek it out. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right, this one's yours.
Pocket Mars.
Does it fit in your pocket? Is that what it's called?
It's supposed to be a small game,
A
yeah.
whole planet in
The
your
thing that
pocket?
put this on my radar, I actually came across some pictures of this game the other day, a few weeks ago. And they looked very nice. The cards, the graphic design on them is excellent. It's very clear. And so that caught my eye. And then I have been reading and sort of just trying to grasp another game from the same company called Multi-Universum, which, as I first looked at it, I thought, oh, this is going to be a complex, effects-driven, collectible card game feeling kind of thing. It's not at all. It's a puzzly optimization game. And these guys seem to know how to do that very well. The themes got me interested. The look has me interested. It seems to be all about sort of managing your very limited resources. So yeah, I'm on board. And I like that theme. Some people might feel like it's played out a little bit, the whole Mars thing. I'm still really enjoying it. So, Pocket Mars.
All right, my next one is Beer Empire. This is from Boards and Dice.
It's the same company as Pocket Mars.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't actually have the... What other games have they done? You were talking about their puzzly games.
Multi-Universum is the only one I know, and they have 3 other games coming out this year. That, Pocket Mars, and I forget what the third one is.
Well, I'm a teetotaler, so I don't really care about beer in that way, but I like the idea here of
You're
a
a
big...
what?
A teetotaler.
Okay.
Means I don't drink alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be tea then?
Oh, it's T-E.
So much for rabbit trailing.
I'm just saying.
T-E-E. Okay, anyhow.
Tea? As in like a golf tee?
Speaking of tangents,
All right. Our editor tells us to get back on track. Okay,
Just
so...
saying.
But I like this one. It looks like one of those big production games and get that stuff. And I like that sort of thing. Usually this one has a really colorful board. The box is colorful, although the guy looks a little
Drunk.
unrealistic, maybe, I guess. I don't know how to explain
It
it.
looks cartoony. I think that's...
He just took a sip of the beer and now he's like letting it sit in his mouth for a little bit.
You don't do that with beer.
Do people drink beer like
I
that?
don't
Wine. It's
know.
not wine.
Okay.
So?
Anyway, Beer Empire.
How do you
Teetotaler.
taste beer then?
With my tongue taste buds.
Then why wouldn't you let it sit in your?
All right, this next one is
understand
yours.
that.
Jack be nimby, Jack be quick.
No, that has nothing to. This actually has to do with like the queen finding
A bee queen.
The one, yes, a bee queen, finding the one favorite bee in her colony.
It's a romantic comedy.
That sounds a lot less sexist than my game did.
I don't know.
Because
I'm
it
just
involves
saying.
bees.
Yeah, sure.
The theme is what drew me into this one.
Yeah.
Because it's unique. There aren't a whole lot of bee games or games that are themed with bees that are out there. There's a couple of them. One was called like Honey.
Honey, don't go.
No, oh my goodness gracious.
Nah, honey, I'm good.
No. Anyway,
Ooh, honey.
basically, it's another game about collecting different kinds of resources, and it's all, of course, bee colony themed, and trying to score the most points with those resources, turning them in, and all that kind of stuff. So it really, normally that kind of game doesn't really appeal to me. The one thing I did notice though is that the playtime is lower than, like, I was looking at that Beer Empire one, and it had like a 2-hour, and it was like you have to watch the market because the market will fluctuate, and you have to do this and do that. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. 120 minutes. Nope.
No,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
okay
do that
with
for
that.
2 hours, man.
I'm okay with that being.
He's starting to like shorter games. It's weird.
It's not that.
You are morphing into him a little.
No.
Yeah.
No. Beer Empire, it's all the stuff that it's like everything is going to be moving and morphing and changing during the entire 2 hours. I don't mind doing that for like an hour or so, but I don't want to do that for 2 hours. I'll play Twilight Imperium 3 until the cows come home. I'll play Blood Rage for 3 hours if I have to. But I don't want to do that.
I like if you have to. You'll play Blood Rage for 3 hours if anyone even gives you the slight. If I say blood, Sam's already has the board set up.
There's
NIMBY, by the way.
There's a slight twinge of truth to that.
NIMBY was on my shore list. It probably would have been my 6. It's like you said, it's got a really cool theme.
It sounds interesting,
and it's got a
right?
rondel sort of action selection thing going on. It seems neat.
That's cool.
Ooh, this one's a shocker.
Okay, 51st State Scavengers. I'm a big fan of 51st.
Is this your number one?
I did not rank them.
Of course it is.
He's gonna run for this one.
Probably.
51st State.
Honestly, the one I know the least about, and I'm the most interested in, is probably Pyramid of the Sun, because I know the least about it. I think 51st State Scavengers. I know what's in there. You're getting a new deck of cards. I know what the central mechanism is in the game. The game, if you don't know, it's a resource management game, and the idea here, the Scavengers concept, is that you will be able to recycle cards out of the discard pile and add them to your empire again. And so nothing is ever really gone. Nothing is ever really safe. You can still scavenge something that someone destroyed, put it back in your empire. And that's, I'm sold. I'm good. I really like 51st State. More cards is not going to hurt, so I want to get my hands on this one. It's a small expansion, but that's good for me.
All right, and then finally, Sam and I had both of us had this on our list,
Correct.
and that's Caverna Cave vs. Cave, which really is a dumb name.
It's a horrible name.
It is.
But it's the two-player version of Caverna, and since I like the two-player version of Agricola, all creatures great and small, and the person of Le Havre Inland Port, and I liked how both of those games were kind of like the big game, but were also different in their own ways. Mm-hmm. So if the same way here, I'm in.
Caverna, face versus face.
Again, I'm looking for games that I can play with my wife, with my kids, and two-player games come off a little bit easier because rarely can my entire family sit down and play a game. More often than not, this person is off at a baseball game in another town. And so they can't do it. This person has homework, so there's only like 2 or 3 of us that we can get together. So I'm looking for stuff like that. Caverna is one of my favorite games, so a 2-player version of Caverna, I'm at least interested. I want to try it.
All right. Well,
cool.
That is that. There's other things we're looking forward to seeing there too. We hope that you guys come by and talk to us, of course.
Yeah.
When we're there. Of course, if it's anything like last year, we don't have to worry about that too much. Friendliest convention.
People were very friendly and very hospitable, yes.
I'm starting now to get super psyched. You know what I mean? There's always sometimes a convention will sneak up on me, and it's like 2 days before I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go do this thing. This one I'm like, oh yeah, UKGE. I'm starting to get excited about it.
I've been excited for this for quite some time.
Well, not to mention, Origins is right behind it.
I know.
So, all right, so we're taking questions now, so you can ask questions here. They don't have to be about the UK Gaming Expo. They can be about anything. We'll probably give priority to UK Gaming Expo questions. Mm-hmm. So if you already asked a question earlier in here, I'm sorry, we're not going back in the conversation to do that. We're just going to do the ones here. So we haven't got any yet. We should also mention that Monolith is going to have the Batman game there for demo.
Yeah.
What?
That would have probably made your list if it wasn't a demo, right?
It wasn't a demo, yeah. That would have been on my top 5 easy. But I have seen some pictures of the resin versions of the models that they're going to have, and Batman's pose is amazing. So it's really cool.
Will we be playing
I don't know
letters
what
from
you're
White?
laughing about, man.
This is a weird thing to point out. I don't know.
Pose, the sculpt, what?
That's
You're
hot.
weird, dude.
That's
He
hot.
is weird. Okay. Will we be playing Letters of Whitechapel in Whitechapel? Probably not. That'd be kind of morbid, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're
Probably
playing a
a
game
little bit.
about all those
Anyone
people
excited
that-
about the Champions of Midgard expansion? It's only 5 weeks away. Actually, it's 1 day away for us. I think it arrived at my house today, actually. So
Ooh.
I might play that Saturday if it comes in time.
So yes, you're excited about it, I guess.
I am excited about it. I really like Champions of Midgard, and I think it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, should I play Champions of Midgard? Oh, there's an expansion. It kind of like revitalizes
yeah,
it
of
a
course.
bit.
That's what expansions are good at.
All right, so
Right there.
okay. Will there be any playable version of news about the expansion chair for Nottingham? I don't know if that will be at the UK Gaming Expo or not. I know that there will be a demo copy of it, I think, at Origins, and I know it's going to be sold as long as it gets produced in time. It will be at Gen Con for sale.
Okay.
Do you plan on checking out the Fallout miniatures game?
Yeah. Again, that was on my 16 games that I'm looking forward to checking out while I was there. So, yes, I am. I don't have a history at all with the game Fallout, the video game. But it looks like it's a great production. So, I'm definitely interested in looking at it, yeah.
I remember when I first heard about that game, just looking, I don't know, on Fallout. I'm like, Fallout, a board game about, yes, oh, happy day.
Miniatures.
Miniature game.
But were you expecting anything else? Were you expecting Fallout, the 30-minute card game?
Yeah.
Come on now.
No
All right.
board game. I was expecting a board game.
Yes, I have seen Rick and Morty. Are you visiting Nottingham again?
I am still in negotiations, but yes, I am trying to.
It's the sheriff of
visit.
Nottingham is such a jerk.
Yes, he is.
Just let them open your bag.
Yeah, I am trying to go back to Nottingham. Jay Howlett and Luke Hector
Heard of
are
them.
going to be joining me Thursday morning at the Dice Cup in Nottingham. I don't know exactly what time, because I don't know what time the Dice Cup opens, but we'll be hammering that out in the next few days. And then in the afternoon, I'm hoping to go back to Warhammer World, spend some time with those guys there. But I don't know exactly how all that's going to go. Definitely Dice Cup in the morning, though.
Is that a game store?
Yes. It's a game store. It's Game Cafe, actually.
Also, maybe you can meet him there. That's Thursday then, right?
Yeah.
If you walk through, like, it's Sam Healy.
Oh, my goodness. I doubt that's going to happen.
Okay,
Probably get pelted by eggs.
this is like a whole discussion topic, but is it
run by
okay
fruiting?
for a player in a game to give suggestions to other players, even if it affects a different player?
Oh boy, this is like a whole topic.
If you're, I've done this before, and it's usually when I'm the teacher
What's wrong with you?
of the game, and I will give everybody for at least 2 rounds. I'll give everybody advice about what they should or shouldn't do. But then after that 2 rounds, usually after they use my own advice against me, I say, okay, you're on your own, because now I know that they understand what's going on and some of the nuances of the game. So I'll do it like that.
I think for me, I don't typically like to give advice. I might do it and not mean to, but what I like to do is remind people of their options if they seem to be forgetting. And maybe this is like a subvertive way of telling them the same thing.
He does do it.
But I try not to tell them what they should do. I just remind them of what they can do. And I probably do that actually most of the game if someone's having a hard time grasping something,
That's like passive-aggressive advice giving.
It depends on
Yeah, maybe,
but
but
it depends on the person
doesn't
if it's
feel
new
that
to the
way.
game or not. Like if they're new, I'll try to point out things, and usually, hopefully, if it points out something that hurts me, that's good. Like, oh, by the way, you could have done this, and that's where I might have gone next.
See, I don't do that. That whole like you should have done or you could have done this.
No. Where you can do something. I'd be like, before you take that move, you can also do this. Just explaining rules, especially pointing out if it hurts me. It's kind of worse so when I'm like, by the way, you could hit Z here and get 10 points. Now, I will do that
yeah.
if we all know the game. I think it's fair game. I'll be like, hey, Jason, hit Z.
No, that's fine.
That's
different,
different, right?
I'm teaching a game. I try not to tell people how to play, just how, what to do, just how they can play.
Anyone playing tournaments at Gen Con this year? No. What are we looking forward to outside the con? I like the food there in England. Of course, that's like every country I go
like
to,
your
right?
Food and hats.
It's like your ground zero.
I am looking for hats too in England.
I know. You don't have to tell us, buddy.
But I also like, last year we went to the Tower in London and St. Paul's Cathedral and British Museum. We're going back to the Tower in London so we can show Z. And we're doing other things, but we're not sure what. But you know what? I think we're going to go see Westminster Abbey. And we're going to see some other things. And I'm pretty happy with whatever we do, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm really easy going.
Me too, because it's all new to me. I'm good. I don't have an agenda.
I'm still wondering if they're going to let you in the country.
Hey, wait, you might not get to ride the double-decker bus, though, like we did.
Why?
Because we're going to have a car.
Yeah.
I can still, hop on the bus and just follow me around for a little bit.
You'll get lost.
Follow that bus! Z's in the talk. You'll never catch me, guys!
No, I think I'm good. I don't think I need the experience of being on a double-decker bus.
All right.
No, I haven't seen Sword and Sorcery yet. It is coming out soon, and I've been waiting for that for a while.
What is
no,
that?
I haven't seen it.
Ben says, are we concerned about monoliths? They're not doing a retail stance. They have a large amount of Kickstarter exclusives and only direct distribution after that. We are in such a wild west at this point in time. And it's a war out there that we are not directly part of yet. Okay? There are companies who are doing the minimum advertised price. Some companies are only selling through stores. They won't sell online. We got people who are only selling online. Some people only sell through Kickstarter.
Some people are not even making games. It's crazy.
So it'd be nice if everyone followed the same policies, I guess, but that's not going to happen. Some people aren't going to sell the retailers. Some people are only going to sell the retailers, and everyone's going to tick somebody off.
Yeah.
Except for Jamie Stegmeyer from Stonemaier Games. Everyone loves him. And
Flawless.
Rodney Smith. Everyone loves Rodney Smith.
Yes.
A flawless couple of men.
Sword and Sorcery is coming out soon. Do you know anything about that? People
We
are
just
asking.
talked about that.
I wasn't paying attention.
Clearly.
I
like that. Who runs the dice tower?
Who runs the dice tower? Oh, you mean really runs the dice tower? You always love talking about foods at cons and gatherings. Anything stand out at the expo? The thing that I like the best about the UK Gaming Expo, they had some food trucks there. There was like a bunch of food trucks.
That's the best thing
That's
you
the
like about
best
the...
thing.
No. The food at the expo, that's where I spent most of my time.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was the best food I had there.
Food, hats, games. That's how that goes.
All right. I'm the only person who played Lorenzo. Let's keep going. Let's see. Someone said the expo food is generic chain restaurant stuff. That's true. We went to some generic chains there, but they weren't generic to us because we don't live in England.
Right.
So we were like, what is this? What was that chicken place called?
I don't remember.
But it was like, ooh. And people were like, oh, yeah, these are all over England. And we were like, we found it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Do you have a favorite Time Stories module? Mine is Prophecy of Dragons.
Same thing.
Second one, I can't remember the name of it now. The zombie.
Marcy case.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to Dead of Winter Warring Colonies, which changes the game from cooperative to the competitive team? I'm actually not. I'm not opposed to it, right? I'll probably play it.
I'm looking forward to it.
But this whole thing about, we can go up to 10 players now, I'm like,
Not so much about
Wild,
that.
yeah.
Not
Oof.
so much about the whole... But having team-on-team competitive, I think that would be cool.
As long as they do away with the whole secret turn.
You shut up. That makes no
Quiet.
sense.
I really am not excited about that game.
Just because you don't like the game anyway.
Is anyone excited about the Zaya expansion? Well, these guys didn't like Zaya, so... Yes, but I am, and it's in the mail, so I'll be reviewing it without these guys. Are you surprised at the Kenner Spiel nominees? Now, before we get into that, we are going to do a back talk on the whole Spiel thing, but we want to play all the games first, and there's
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 we haven't played.
Yeah.
Which is actually a lot fewer than normal.
Yeah, it's true.
Are we surprised? I was not surprised at Terraforming Mars. I was not surprised at Exit. I was I guess I was surprised a little, but pleasantly surprised. Like, we talked about that maybe it would get there.
Mm-hmm.
But Raiders of the North Sea? Wow.
Yeah, that
one's
came out of nowhere.
Really surprised. I'm not upset about it,
I like the game.
but I
a
was
lot.
just surprised.
Right.
And I think King Domino, which seems to be the favorite right now, that was not really a surprise. That game's been getting a lot of positive buzz. It's a game that is so.
How does it seem to be the front runner?
Just from what I've heard from people.
Well,
talking.
no, I'm hearing a lot of buzz about the other one, Seven Cities of Gold, El Dorado one.
Yeah.
I'm hearing buzz, and I don't know. That's Knizia's name's on it too.
Yeah.
So the one I don't think will win is Mall Madness. Or
Mall Madness is definitely not going to win.
Maze. You mean
what's it?
Magic Maze?
Magic Maze, sorry.
Mall Madness?
Magic Maze. Because it's
They
in a mall. It's
nominated
in a mall.
Mall Madness, though. We'd have to play it live. You know what Mall Madness is, right?
That old game.
Yeah, with the shopping at the mall thing. Yeah.
No, that's not Mall Madness, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. You should get a copy.
Oh, here he goes. He's looking at it.
He's gonna look up Mall Madness right now, people. This
He
is
doesn't
what it's
trust
like.
us.
You
No,
asked.
it doesn't, I don't
Someone
trust you. I
asked,
wanna-
who
I wanna
runs
look
the
at
Dice
it.
Tower? The internet. The forces of evil that live
All right.
among us.
Have you guys heard anything about the new Warhammer 40K game made by Devil Pig Games, which is like Heroes of Normandy?
Sam.
Yes, I have. And I'm
That was loud.
going to ask them about it. Hopefully
Strongly.
next
They're
Thursday.
not going to tell you anything. They're going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, that's in that room there, and if you walk through that door, we have to kill you.
As Sam drops everything and bursts through door.
Which designer is the hottest right now?
Like the sexiest.
Wow, why you always gotta go there, man?
That's what I thought too. I really feel like,
I'm hearing that over there now. Wow, that was loud, Sam.
I really think it's Eric Lang. His name on a game is pretty powerful. Who else would have that same buzz? Maybe in some circles, Scott Alms is pretty hot.
Sure.
Because if he makes a game, it does really well on Kickstarter to some degree. I'm not the biggest fan of all his games. I like some of his games, but...
I don't know.
Oh, the guys who make... their names are still not out there yet, but the guys who make the Euro games, Lorenzo and Zulkin and stuff, I think that Marco Polo. Mm-hmm. And Pfister. Alexander Pfister. He's pretty hot.
Emerson Matsu, she's pretty hot right now.
Kathala is...
Yeah, Catala's
a
always
bold
out there.
name.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, how fast designers fall out of favor. Like, when we talk about Knizia, who's one of the most famous designers there is, but many people who've gotten gamers in the last 3 or 4 years don't even know who he is. He's just not as hot right now.
I guess for me, it's less interesting. Not that I don't like following designers' works, but following the trend of how well they're doing is a little less interesting to me than following a company and seeing them branding and seeing what they choose to publish and not publish, That is a trend I like to follow, and seeing companies that continue to make smart move after smart move, and just watch the people that work with those companies.
Do we just show up to your workshops with no registration? I think that's how it was last year. People lined up and came in.
Yep.
Unless they've changed it, but that you'd have to look on the site. But I'm pretty sure you just lined up and came.
Okay.
Most people
do I
who
need
were
a
there
ticket to
on
get in?
time. We're sitting there with an empty seat. Somebody who came before you is sitting there like, hey, new guy, welcome to the Dice Tower as he's outside.
Sit and watch.
It seems like, unless we got super popular, it seemed like if people came on earlier, on time at least, were able to get a seat.
Yeah.
There was a long line, and they were full last time, I think.
Yes.
But if you were there on time, I think you got in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Have you ever been to Northern Ireland? I have not been.
I haven't. I haven't been to Ireland at all. My dad has, and that only recently, a couple years ago. So that's a bucket list item as well.
Century Spice Road playmat is more expensive than the game itself. Is it worth it? Or, we could say this about almost any game.
Stop
It-
asking that question.
No. Well, okay, I know
It's one of
that's
Z's
one of your pet
biggest
peeves.
Pet peeves, yeah.
No, but I understand that. I really like having these playmats. If I really like a game, I will get the extras for it. You won't. You didn't get the playmat for Rising Sun.
It depends how much it is.
He's grouchy, man.
Why is that not a
Derek.
thing?
Bagel bites. Stat.
All right. Will Sam have an
Why is
accent?
that not a question? Why is that not part of the content there?
All right. We're going to do a top 10 things people need to stop asking us as our next top 10.
Ooh.
There will be one thing on Z's list 10
No,
times.
there's a lot of things. But that one just, I don't have the context to answer
You look tired.
I just don't, if I don't have all the information, I can't answer. And if you ask me which game should I get A or B, I don't have all the information. I don't know you.
That is something, and I keep saying that. People email me and say, what game should I buy for my wife or my kids? And the fact is, I don't know your wife or kids.
Right, that's what
So I
I
Yeah,
can't
but
really-
I mean, aren't they asking for your opinion at that point?
Yeah, but sometimes it's between two very different
Then just
games,
ask
and
me
I don't
that.
know.
Be like, which game do you like
That's-
better, A or B? I can answer that.
I know, but that's. I mean, just because they word it differently, it doesn't mean that that's not what they're asking.
Too literal, I guess.
But no, when it comes to games, I might like something better, but I don't know. If you say, should I buy my husband Settlers of Catan or Twilight Imperium? I really need to know the guy. I really do. Because, some people are going to love one and some people are going to love the other. Some people might love both. Some people are going to hate both,
True.
All right, will Sam have an accent again when we get back from the UK?
Probably. And so will Z.
You think Z will do it too?
No.
Yes.
All right. Some people are doing cosplay at UK Gaming Expo. If you had to board game cosplay, what would you go as?
A board
And you
game
can't say
cosplay.
something that would be like, oh, ordinary guy.
I want to be a ghost from Ghost Stories.
I
Ooh,
would.
that's nasty. Your eyes would have teeth.
And my teeth would have eyes. That's right.
I would dress up as my Blood Rage character.
Oh, well, if we're going to do that.
You weren't even thinking of that.
Then I'll also dress up
I'll dress
as
up
your
as
Blood
Zeke.
Rage guy.
Maybe a pirate from Rum and Bones. One of those pirates. Not Z's, of course. One of the cool pirates.
You cut him deep, Shrek.
Real deep.
Is it okay for one person to make a plan at the end of Power Grid to buy up all the gas so I don't win?
That's like such a targeted question. I love it.
The other person's
Is
probably
it
sitting
okay
next to-
that this one time I was playing with James?
The answer is yes.
No, definitely yes. But actually, you should never let yourself be in that position
Right.
where somebody can buy up all one thing. You got to keep an eye. If you are doing the same resource as someone else, then you got to fight them for that resource.
Yeah.
Are we doing a live broadcast from UK Games Expo? We are not doing a live broadcast. It's going to be recorded. We'll post it later.
But they also asked the second.
Yeah,
part.
but that's what this was asked.
Okay.
We already answered that.
All right.
Let's see. Any chance we will see you at the Wotan bus at UK Games Expo? We will have tea for teetotaler people and cookies. Maybe that's what teetotaler means. It means the total sum of my drinking is tea.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Anyhow.
Wotan bus?
No,
I know
yeah,
what
it was there
cookies
last year.
are, though.
Remember there was a big bus in the middle of the UK Games Expo?
Oh,
Like inside the hall?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
I
it a
do
double
remember that
decker?
now. Yeah.
So we've been invited there. So if you have tea and cookies, we will come. Well, I will
Is
come.
it a double-decker bus?
I think it was.
Sweet, then I can kill two birds with one stone.
What
I think sitting in a
what
bus
about
that's parked in the
trumpets?
middle of the convention center
Well,
does
you
not
have
count.
trumpets there.
I'm good, man.
All right. Wait, I had a person not only tell me how to play a game, but had sheets of paper that showed me the optimal way to play. This was for Cthulhu Wars.
Was
Here's
his
some-
name Vernon Piper?
That's cold.
Hey, Lillian's
Why
birthday
not
is
just
today.
play by yourself then?
She's 7 years old. I hope she's watching. That would make good. Happy birthday, Lillian.
Lillian.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Lillian.
birthday, Lillian.
To
You're 7 years
you.
old.
Old.
You've only just begun to live.
Oh my.
Who is making you watch this? Go play with other little kids.
My goodness.
It rhymes, baby. That's rare.
The Tower of London game just got released this week from WizKids. Yes, I will be reviewing that. Spoiler. Nuts.
No.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Will you go kiss the Blarney Stone?
What is happening? Where are we going?
First of all, it's a
What is a Blarney Stone?
The Blarney Stone, I don't
Wait,
know
you
where
said
it's
Barney or
located.
Blarney?
No, it's the Blarney Stone.
I heard
Blarney.
Blarney, bro.
Apparently, if you kiss the Blarney Stone, you fall in love. Isn't that what it is?
With the person you're next to?
I've already fell in love.
Hang
The
on.
person you're next.
Let's look up the Blarney Stone. Okay. It's some limestone
that
that's
into it.
in Blarney Castle.
Okay.
It's a
I'm not
popular
putting my
sim-
lips on something that
Oh no!
everyone
If you
puts
kiss it, you have the gift of gab. Oh, like we need to be able to talk more.
I'm definitely not letting you kiss it.
Yeah, baby, I'm gonna kiss it. Wait,
No.
so everyone kisses the same stone? You're gonna have the gift of.
No, it's in different
Well,
spots.
I don't want to say,
It's
but
in different spots. I mean, you know.
Whatever.
we need to give it the
Most
gift of
anticipated British
disinfection.
food. I'm looking forward to fish and chips again.
Fish and chips again? Really?
Yeah, I love it. It was delicious.
He never gets as
I'm
excited
actually
unless it's
looking
a food
forward
question.
to introducing him to blood pudding.
No.
All right. Any random English food you plan to try? Black pudding, Yorkshire pudding.
Black pudding,
You know one
yeah.
thing I didn't have there. I know they have some really good pies, like meat pies type things. I think I would like to try one of those.
Are those black pudding and what's the other one?
Black pudding is an enemy
what's
in
the other
Dungeons
one?
and Dragons.
No, black pudding is.
And Yorkshire pudding, is that what you said?
Also an
Are
enemy.
either one of those sweet?
No.
See, I have a problem with the word pudding not being tied to something that is sweet.
Oh, yes. It's impossible to have pudding that's not sweet. Like savory doesn't exist. In the world.
Okay. All right.
That was a performance worthy of a standing ovation.
All right. Paul says he's a first-time exhibitor at UK Games Expo, running demos of his first game. Any tips for coming across well and demoing in a good manner, or things to avoid from bad experiences? If you're demoing a game, I think it's important to you need to be able to explain that game really quick. Give the quick overview, and if they're not interested, you need to give that person a chance to get out. It's really kind of awkward for me when a guy starts demoing a game,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay, but they're not done yet. And if they tie up 15, 20 minutes of my time, I mean, you're wasting your time. You're demoing a game to someone who's not interested. You're making them more irritated, and you could be demoing it to people who might be interested.
I think for me, my advice there would be demo in brush strokes. And here's what I mean, okay? When someone sits down, you go, okay, I'm going to teach you this game. That first brush stroke is just barely on the surface. It's like, this game is about this, and you are going to win by getting this. That's the first stroke. Still good? Let's keep going. There are 3 phases in the game. The first one, you do this, then you do this, then you do this. Still good? Okay. First phase. And then keep on zooming into that, okay? Because the worst you can do is say, this game is about this. Step 1 has 4 choices. Here's the first choice. And you're killing me. I don't even know how to win. So, again, demo in brush strokes. And at the end of each of those brush strokes, let people depart if they need to.
Sure.
Okay. The chicken place was Nando's. That's right. Nando's. They had really good sauce. They had like 7 different sauces you could put on your chicken. I really liked that.
Really good stuff.
Any reluctance or fear about going to England after the attack on Monday?
Oh.
No.
When it comes to things like this, we are disheartened and unhappy when I see terrorism attack people. At the same time, Sam and I, we both lived in South Korea, which many times people would ask us, like, how can you live there? It's so dangerous. And people used to talk about this in Miami. It's so close to Cuba, it's so dangerous. Or Miami itself, it sounds like a dangerous city. Places are dangerous. You can't help where you're going to be. You don't know where something bad's going to happen. But most times things sound a lot more dangerous than they are. It's kind of like when there's an airplane crash, people are like, oh, I'm not going to ride an airplane, even though the chances of you dying in an airplane are infinitesimally small. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not happy that there's an attack, but I mean, I don't think, I mean, if it happens, it happens, but we can't not
these
fly anywhere.
things
Can't let
happening
fear control us.
Stops you, right? That's what I'm going to say. If these things happening stops you from pursuing your life, then you need to reevaluate how much these things are affecting you.
All right. We are
Do
really...
we lose our place here?
Yeah,
skip
always.
down.
That is a ton of questions. Or comments. I don't know if they're all questions.
We are
Chicken. I keep
16
saying
minutes
chicken,
behind. Okay.
Chicken.
Yeah, some people are like saying Nando's is awful, but again, I thought it was fine. Can you have a Dice Tower t-shirt? No, we can't bring Dice Tower shirts because we don't have the room for them. We only can bring stuff in our suitcases. And also, shirts are hard in general to have at conventions because we have to have different sizes and things. So shirts are best online. Speed playing. I just experienced this. It killed Scythe for me as I played a 5-player game in an hour.
What?
Wow.
Which one?
Where someone like
Dude.
forcing you, like, go, 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 go.
I know, right?
I mean,
Were
how
they,
do
like,
you...
standing behind you with a whip?
I'm
Good
actually not
night.
opposed. That's not usually the complaint I hear. Usually it's like, I played a 5-player game aside in a day.
Right.
Speed
Dude,
playing.
an hour. Oh. How can you even enjoy it at that point? Oh, doesn't make sense to me.
Bring t-shirts. Nope, I can't. Let's see. Any chance of getting the Terraforming Mars Dice Tower promo card at Expo? No. And the reason for that is because we haven't even sent them out to the backers of the Indiegogo campaign. Right. We don't have all the promos yet for that campaign. Once they get in, we want to send them out first. Now, if it crosses a big convention like Gen Con, it may be simultaneous. It was pretty close to that last year, and that's unfortunate. I don't like to do that, though. So we're hoping to get them out to backers first. Anyway, we don't have them. I mean, they're up at Cool Stuff.
This was a while ago. They're talking about the designers
Eric
that are
Lang
hot.
is the Quentin Tarantino of board games. Interesting. What was that one?
Someone asked if you were going to have Healy figures there. Yes, and Sam will sign them for you, too.
Yes, sir.
This was all just people talking about.
Who's hot? Who's hot?
Talking
Friedman
about
Freeze?
the-
I don't think Friedman Freeze is hot. I mean, he makes a lot of good games, right? But I don't know. Maybe after his games this year. Maybe. 504 was not a big hit.
No.
Power Grid, the card game, was not a big hit.
Well, I mean, Fable Fruit is on the recommended list for the Spiel. So.
That's true. That's true. You did not like that game, though.
No.
Star Wars is 40 years old today? Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Well, that was a dumb question for me to ask that. How does that make you? Does that make you feel old? No. I'm 40.
I'm 43, so I'm older than Star Wars.
Did you go see opening day when you were 3?
No, I was 3. No, I didn't go see opening
You call
day
yourself
then.
a fan, bro?
However, shut up.
Did you see Empire opening day?
I did see Empire.
Did it blow your mind?
In the theaters, and I had seen A New Hope before I had seen it. So
wait,
yes, it did blow.
Wait, when did Empire come out? How old were you? Like 8? Was it 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
There was 5 years between those movies.
Yeah, that's the way it used to be done.
What? Like how long was it between Empire and Jedi?
Almost the same. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say like 2 or 3 years at least.
That's crazy. That was like a cliffhanger movie.
Yeah.
The first one's no big deal because Star Wars on itself is fine.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh man. The broken token insert for Terraforming Mars is almost mandatory. I don't have it. Uh-oh. What should I do?
Get rid of the game, quick.
Dude, if you're going to review board games, you need to accept getting the same question over and over. This is to you. Kind of the nature of the beast.
That's right.
I thought it was reviewing board games, actually. But no, that's fine. I'll answer the questions, but I still am allowed to have pet peeves.
We will do a top
you're
10
not.
inserts at some point. I think that would be an interesting thing to do, but there's a lot of inserts coming
Okay.
out and stuff. Blah, 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 blah. A Z meeple.
A Zeeple.
So we talked about having custom meeples made of us, but that's never come up. Words are getting okay. What?
Blarney Stone.
Wow. Okay, we're catching up here because there's
Blood
not a lot of
pudding.
questions.
I
People
love how
are
it's just saying the same thing, like blood pudding, blood pudding, blood pudding. All right. Well, we're
If someone
way
over there
behind.
offers you a biscuit, it's not a real biscuit like in America. They're talking about what is basically a cracker. I thought biscuits were cookies. It was kind of like a cookie.
Well, they're like, no.
Is it a salty thing? Do they have any sweets in England?
Oh, yes. My goodness. We got like bags of them, remember?
Yes.
People
Do
came
they
and gave us
call them,
food
like-
last year. It was amazing.
Do they call them crackers or something? I mean, like,
What'd you call
or
it?
like beef jerky. Do they call them something salty?
No.
Hey, what was
I'm
that?
confused.
What was that? What was that soda that someone brought us though? That was amazing.
Coca-Cola.
Brew.
Iron Brew. This stuff was great. Well, it was like orange, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to explain the flavor. I don't even know what it was, but it was good.
It's what heaven will taste like, I think.
Someone bring me an iron brew, please. I would like to taste some of that sweet.
Why are there no games
sweet-
about pudding? There are Dungeons and Dragons. You can get attacked by black puddings. I know this.
Is this really one of the enemies in D&D?
Yes.
Watch this. I'm gonna type it in
Stop
here.
looking
Oh.
things. Blarney pudding.
Black pudding.
Pudding.
Okay.
That's good stuff right now.
Doesn't even look right.
Oh, it's good. You'll like it.
All right, let me show you the
You're
black
assuming
pudding.
I'm going to try it.
That's what you think when you see black pudding.
No, that's not
Look
what
at
I
that
think
thing.
when I see
It's
black.
like a blob.
Yes.
All right, cool.
No, I'm saying that's probably what he thinks
Oh, I see.
when he sees black pudding. All right, so anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna be such a dumb tourist over there. I'm gonna be like, what is this? Ooh, can I eat that? You know.
Cheeky Nando's, as it is called.
Cheeky Nando's.
Cheeky Nando's.
I'm going to be playing at the Pokemon regional event that weekend. Are you guys going to be popping in to see what goes on in the event room? Possibly, but
Maybe.
that's more like I look in, maybe take some pictures, and then I'm out.
Right.
Because events don't interest me that much on a personal level. They're like,
You're shipping your Pokemon Go, admit it.
I am going to be seeing what new Pokemon I can get in London now that I can get a decent phone plan with unlimited data in London.
That's true.
I will be catching me some Pokemon, some English Pokemon.
I don't have any comments about.
You have Pokemon Go on your phone, so
I
whatever.
deleted that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
had it.
I never
did.
had it.
I did. I played for a little bit.
Nor will I ever have it.
You jumped the
What
fence.
a rebel.
You jumped the fence to catch a Pokemon, you said.
No, I stabbed a guy to catch Pokemon.
Oh, that's better.
I probably shouldn't have said that live.
Have you visited the White House? No, I've seen it. I've stood outside that. You know that fence that's there where you can where they have to hold the press conference and stuff? I've been there. That's the closest I get.
I have, but I was a little kid. I don't remember much about it.
I don't know. I've seen enough of it in pictures and movies and TVs and like walkthroughs videos. I don't know that I need to go in the inside of the house. The outside's cool. I'd rather go see the other stuff there. The monuments, the Smithsonian. I can spend a day in each Smithsonian Institute.
Yep.
Any chance of Jason reviewing The Colonist? Lots of haters in your review at the moment. I think he means commenting because me and Melody weren't hating on it. We just didn't. We thought it was too long for what is.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean.
Jason won't play it right now, I don't think, because in our gaming group, we have a subset smaller group who plays hardcore Euros.
Yep.
That is pretty much all they play. They play 18X, they play everything. Jason goes in games with these guys all the time. They played Colonist when Jason wasn't there, and they hated it. So they won't play it with him. And they told him that he would hate it, so he assumes that that's probably true because they know his tastes pretty well. So maybe he'll review it if you can get him to play it. But that is like a 6-7 hour game. If that group's not going to play it with him, and I'm not going to play it with him,
I will eat black pudding before I have to play the colonists. It's like the colonists, black pudding. Mm-mm. This pudding is so good.
I love how he thinks he's going to use a spoon.
I like to blend my pudding, sir.
That's not going to happen with black pudding.
alrighty. How do you feel about the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures not being made to scale with each other? I don't care. I cannot tell you how much I don't care. They're not like totally out of scale. It's not like there's an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, the Millennium Falcon's a little small,
Yeah.
and the Corellian Corvette's small, but you couldn't fit them on a table if they were actually in scale. Pfft, who cares about that stuff?
They
Well,
do.
obviously you do. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
40th anniversary, dude. Respect Star Wars today.
Is today Star Wars Day? How many holidays does Star Wars have at this point? There's May the 4th. This is a Star Wars holiday too?
Well, I mean, it's the birthday of Star Wars, that's all.
People are asking whether cookies and... Okay, we're like in a really far... Okay, we're almost at the end, so I'm just going to shoot down to the end here now.
There was
What
like a
advice
first
can you
couple
give to SFG? I think that's a company in order to make Dark Souls, the board game, better. Start over.
That's Steam Forged games, by the way.
Steam Forge. No, it's not that. It's just that make a good board game. Don't translate the video game into a board game. I don't think that would work with almost any video game. Where you take the video game and make it a board game. Unless the video game was already a board game type experience. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But... blah, blah, blah. Are you guys poker players?
No.
I'll play super casual every once in a great while,
Yeah, me too.
but that's it. And I won't play for money, so that kind of is like the point of poker, I guess.
Oh, no, I throw down the big bills when I play.
Are these big bills dollars?
Yes, but they're really big.
Why do you all rate Jamaica so high? I found it too simple and more of an American-style roll-and-move game than anything special.
Because we like it.
It's not a roll and move game, though. I mean, you roll the die, but everyone can then decide whether they're going to use that roll to move or not.
No, it's not roll and move. It's simultaneous action selection. It's not roll and move.
A Castlevania board game could work. Sure, a Castlevania board game could work, but how do you translate that to multiplayer? Castlevania is always a single player, at least all the ones I've ever played were. You go through, explore this big, long thing for hours and hours and hours and hours. I don't want to do that in a board game. A great video game does not mean it will be a great board game experience, and vice versa. Right. That's the one, oh man, I should have put that in my designer top 10 thing. We did do a top 10 things designers need to stop doing today, so if you haven't watched that, go check it out.
Oh, yeah.
We got some more reviews coming up. Even while we're at UKGE Expo, there's stuff coming all over the place.
Yeah.
Lots of videos coming out. But we got to end this today because it's almost time for supper. And I'm hungry.
That is true.
So until next time, I'm Tom Basil.
I'm Z Garcia. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Should I play the intro again?
Sam Healy. See you guys on the flip side.
Woo! The music's back on, baby!
Ah, can they still hear us?
Yeah, they can.
Tell me they can hear us, Papa!
All
I don't
right.
actually know if that was like in time with the music or not.
We'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm Tom Basil. Wait, we already said this.
Yeah, bye.
Cut it!
Bye.
Cut
See
it!
you later.